lunch, and there was a question about what I'm gonna eat for lunch, and it was chicken wrap. I think it was okay. And then I have this a gallon of slush to go with it. So yes, we are live. Should be live. Expecting for some comment to confirm. Yeah, and the next session, it is 1:30 when it starts. Expected to see short half an hour sessions from all the groups, all the 3 groups. Really don't know who came up with this size of slush idea of it, but I'll take it. Yeah, so 7 minutes to go, then it should start. The clips have been painted over the truck. Everything is fine. I think I have the battery situation fine with all the cameras and gear. And yeah, there's a comment that doesn't look too warm in here. It would be warm enough not to wear the hood, but it's just to, I applied sunscreen, but I don't want to get burned, so mostly that. Who has driven the best in the practice? I think Mika Keskikorpi has been really impressive. Like, being a Finn or not, but he has been impressive. Doing chases, done leads, also the solo runs, everything has been pretty much flawless, I would say. What else hot topics do we have? I think I'm a little bit worried about Mr. Marko Tsakouril and his car, whether it's gonna work or not. I don't think we have seen a clean one from him yet, today at least. Yeah, as you can see, I found this crazily sized slush to go with my lunch, which was chicken wrap. Average Apex and not enjoyer. I'm not gonna try to translate that one, but I know the saying. Yes. Somebody can tell or know what happened to Connor. It would be nice to know. I didn't have any time to go to the paddock. Meanwhile, just so short break. Had to take care of the cameras and stuff and mend the batteries and whatnot. So unfortunately, I cannot give you that information. But maybe somebody knows something about it. But judging of the amount of oil that came or fluids that came out of the car, it didn't look good. In Spain, it's almost 1:30, and the session will start 1:30. If I'm not completely misunderstood. Maybe I need to even check it, because hear some information that there might be some issue with Lauri Heinonen's engine. This is through my WhatsApp group, and that's of course not something at least we Finns want to hear about. Waiting for more information. So this next group will be the group A again, which is the first group, which is the group with the wild cards and the people who are lower in the standings. These these practice sessions are only gonna be half an hour each, with once again break in between. The break will be 10 minutes after each session, so that's what we are now waiting for. I'm all about the environment, but these cardboard straws could be shoved into, I don't want to name the place, but I also wonder what kind of a human being can actually absorb this much of slush. I invite those people. But yes, we have some tire warming action going on in the burnout box, so we will move the camera pointing at that direction. And I will stop drinking this slush for now, and I will probably put all of this sugar to all of the gear here, but let's see. Hopefully it will not be too nasty. All the buttons are working, and I hope the audio as well. It seems to be. So we're ready to go. 1 minute past 2:30. Group A. truck. Stay vegan and should have probably concentrated more on the who was chasing. Konstantin Shurenko. Yes, you hear it right. That sounds like an RTR Mustang because that is an RTR Mustang from Igor Dedenko. Rather long wait here again. Wonder why is that? Don't see anything on the track or anywhere around. Okay, here we go. A wrong button. Sorry about that. Or no button press at all, to be specific. Nice. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see what happened there. I don't know if those tarps really help in case of somebody running wide, but yeah, there was of course nothing dangerous there, but lots of pebbles and probably all kind of places in the car. Okay, and we will have a short break. This seems to be more of a habit today. Yeah, unfortunately it seems that there's a problem with Lauri Heinonen's engine and a piece of a piston is missing. Not ideal. Yeah, I think in a way if it's a concrete wall, there's a hit, you pick up the car, you move the concrete block maybe, if it moved back to its place and then you go. It seems that here it takes always quite a lot of time to clean up the track. So, interesting to see what happens, whether Lauri's engine can take one more run or not. So, waiting. So then a little bit of a broomsticking and brushing, clearing the track. Once again, Not the ideal start for this session. We are now already 12 minutes into the half an hour session and always seen handful of runs. Hey, now that we are waiting for the action, why don't you go and click and hit that like button once again. Let's get some members and let's get some viewers on board to start with. And this is the last practice session before the actual qualification. Tomorrow then there's gonna be a short top 32 practice before the top 32, so I'm welcoming all of you to join these live streams, and I really feel good about all of you joining the live stream. Here's the VIP grandstand or VIP lounge up there. If you are wondering in one of the races that where the VIP would be good for also watching the race, it's here. The VIP lounge in Ireland is, for example, not that you cannot see the track from there. You can see a little bit of a paddock, but it's not the most convenient, but here it is okay. Lots of brushing going on. Just wondering because the car went off the track like there, where they're fixing the tarp, or we're just fixing the tarp. Why are they now brushing so much in that area? Or maybe it was just coming from the car when it was pulled out from the gravel pit. There's a car waiting. Car is waiting on the start line. I believe this is now the AMG GT Mercedes, judging by the looks of it. We will see. Okay, the track seems to be clear now. So it's any minute, any second now. Okay, João Vieira, the right side. Look, from this angle on the right side, and I think it's Roman Kondrachenko in the Mercedes on the left. I think we have more cleanup to do. Maybe because João Vieira really got off track over there, but let's see, do we have any brushing action? Well, at least we have the rear bumper there and the cone over there. That it's handled by just one guy. Guy in the yellow vest there, I believe is Dominic. he does pretty awesome YouTube stuff as well. And if he would come close by, I would probably try to get some comments from him. Okay. Do we have cars on the start line? Yes, we do. And they are coming. Okay, maybe it's slippery there. Maybe it's slippery there. Dave, brake. Maybe it is slippery there, I don't know. It's already 2 cars in a row. Or then there, it's just a little bit too greedy going to the turn number 2. So there's some cone action and some leaf blower action going on in the second corner. What else? The question is that blue Mercedes AMG GT contestant, yes. It is a car that has been built from a wrecked car. The front right has been rebuilt. They have also taken the original engine out and put a 2JZ into it, and it has pretty unique steering setup. So the steering setup of this AMG GT is such that it has a 1-to-4 reduction or gearbox in the steering. So that gearbox in the steering, meaning that you only need to, it's from lock to lock 180 degrees. So basically from the center where you have the steering wheel, it's like a Formula 1 style or GT style steering wheel. Turn it 90 degrees, you have full lock. And on top of that, he also has a electric handbrake that is operated from a flappy paddle in the steering wheel. So, just pretty interesting car by so many means. And some RTR Mustang action coming. the next. So 7 minutes left of this group A. When we were talking about this Mercedes with Raman, we kind of concluded that if you want to build a fast car, it's good to start with the fast car as a basis of its. But I love it. I mean, it's really, really sleek looking, and as always, I mean, we need these new builds, new chassis into this port, because there's nothing wrong with E46 BMW, but there are quite many of those. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Sorry, need to check what happened here. I think something probably hit the post of where my camera was, because I saw it was moving a little bit. So now we have seen Karim Hanizon a couple of times. I think he has probably cleared any issues he has had with the car. And I cannot come up with any other reason to not being driving in the practice than that. Now there's some people crossing the track. Okay, this was it. This was Group A. It's done. No more cars on the line. Some cars going to the lineup, but it's gonna be the Group B now. I have time to take a sip of my slush. There's also a spider that wants a bit of a sip. Okay, this is nasty. Sorry about it. It's, by the way, strawberry flavor, but I have a strong emphasis on the flavor part of it. But in the sunshine, it's not that bad. How's the battery situation with everything? That one is orange. It's the receiver. That receiver is like full. Am I even looking at the battery indication here? Oh, I guess so. receiver actually should be pretty efficient. The newest one what I got. And for that one another, maybe I'll just in case have one cable. Just to play it safe. Let's see what it thinks of me. George. Absolutely no idea if it's charging or not, but yes it does. Either it charges or it doesn't charge. Oh yes, it charges, yes. Good. That was quick. Half an hour. Really quick. So a little bit of a new white paint to the clipping boxes again. I started to run the whole new white line there. Happening here, we have new color there as well. So this session will go on until 3:20. So about 1 hour and 10 minutes. The next driving session will start now 10 past, so in 4 minutes. That's going to be the practice group B, which is the middle group of 3 groups. And it will be a group of half an hour. What do we have here? Do we have comments? Lots of speculation of Lauri Heinonen's engine situation, which is of course understandable. So many Finnish fans are a fan of Lauri, and well, I think it is part of being a fan of this sport. Is, you know, all of the speculation. It is part of the entertainment. Yes, of course, we hope that they can find a solution, and I know that there are in the comments and in the coffee tables there are a lot of experts who know, this is in quotation marks, knows better. But yeah, speculation, it's okay. I'm pretty sure that the teams, they will do the best solution, whatever, or decision, whatever they can. It's tight schedule, of course. It's not that long hours before the quali anymore, so I don't know if they can change the engine anymore, or will they try with the same one if some pieces of pistons are missing. Could be a little bit sketchy, especially with that high revving engine. But hey, who knows? I can tell I'm not an expert on that, so we will see it in a couple of hours, that's for sure. And yes, I agree, it's really disappointing as a fan too. So same goes with Lauri and same goes with Connor and everybody else who are ever in that kind of situation. There's always some fans who are disappointed. But hey, let's continue. Group B. Judging from the sound of it, David Sposop did not change the gear ratio to this practice. I guess they also know that better than me. Hope so. I hope so. If anybody was in doubt that whether Juha Pöytälaakso if his car is okay or not, there you have it. Seems to be working just fine. Ay. Little bit of a pushing too much action from Jarkko Jylhä, getting wide into the clip number 3, and now it is more a brushy action there because of him. So we will have yet another break. I think yesterday was like super consistent day in terms of we didn't have these sort of breaks to clean the track or anything. It was just super fluent, I would say, but maybe there's just that little bit of more of a push with everybody. So
But that makes sense. So this is probably the thing that I've been filming the most during this weekend now. After today, cleaning intern number 2. Hey, Ile94, thanks for the tip or the donation. A lot of comments here. Why don't we now, when everybody has their fingers free from biting the nails, watching the stream, press that like button. Let's see if we can top the viewer amount from the last session. And once again, why the press that like button is so well requested always is that it will lift this stream into people's YouTube front pages, and we get more viewers. Pool start live. Yes, it seems to be starting to be a little bit tired already today. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. Why don't we agree now with the rest of the drivers, if you can hear me, that no more pushing it over the track limits, so we can enjoy the runs and not the brushing of the track or full starting a leaf blower. It's a question, will I go to every round of Driftmasters? Yes, I will. I have already actually booked all the flights and everything, so not everything, but all the flights. Only the accommodation and rental cars and stuff needs to be booked, so. And there's also some special stuff coming later this season on top of this live streams and interviews I'm doing, so stay tuned. But now we go again. Oliver Randalu, Diego Correa. We had the honor to open the track again after the cleanup, and they did pretty well. No new cleanup needed. Saying a thing, but this is how not to do it. Espen Roda. Naughty. How about a little bit of a leaf blower action, and maybe somebody could also straighten the starp. Tarp, yes. Let me check quickly if I can make some replays play here instead of cleaning the track. Maybe this is more entertaining. I just pressed play them all, and we have some replays. Let's see what's the order, or what's the, I don't know. That was the one that was shaking my camera. Well, play all was one. There's not that many. What's this one? That was the one of the previous ones. I think it keeps three latest replays here. Learning new things every day. It's weird. Not that long ago, I mean, the previous session there was like a music playing really loud. Now it's been like almost no music. Now it's again a little bit of music, and interesting. Brushing Master Spain. Yes. Yeah, maybe one of those guys in Italy can actually, you know, take that broomstick and ride it to here, fly it here. There's a question, what do I do for living? Well, I guess I can tell it. I'm working in a med tech industry, running a service team. We are maintaining and servicing radiotherapy machines and radiotherapy systems. So that's what I do for living. And I like that too. Okay, tell us something about you, man, when we have time. Yeah, well, I can do that. So the job part of it was already told. I'm 44 years old, live in Helsinki, Finland, originally from Eastern Finland, from a town called Leppävirta. What else? When I'm not doing this is of course mostly a hobby, but of course it's maybe like a hobby plus nowadays. I have a boat, and it is an old boat, so it's a lot of DIY, fixing the boat and stuff like that. Let's continue on the next break. Yeah, all other kind of DIY stuff is also what I do. 3D printing, woodworking, metalworking, whatnot. Also have a motorcycle. I have an electric mountain bike. That was quite many runs in a row. Something in Clint Van Aert's engine didn't sound right. So again, sending cars out this frequently, not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. Yeah, maybe they needed to take the schedule back a little bit. And we are just a couple of minutes away from the end of this session, I think. So, continuation for what do I do or who I am. As a hobbies, I also like to go downhill skiing every now and then or snowboarding. I also have a band, play in a band. I play guitar and sing. Band is unfortunately in Finnish.
which is probably not a bad thing if you're a fan. If somebody wants to check the band, it will be found on Spotify and YouTube Music and all of the services. The name of the band is... Should I tell it? The name of the band is Sielu ja Elimet. What did happen? What did happen? So maybe somebody now knows more about me. Yellow flags in the last corner, but that's difficult to say if that was because of the yellow flags or the car doing stuff, or I don't know. Yeah, by the way, one collaborator to mention here is Sähkö Juuso, who's actually done quite many songs for me for my Yusen YouTube channel. Shout out to him of all of those. He actually plays in our band. So if you have ever wondered who is that guy, he's the drum machine guy and the bass player. But okay, maybe enough of that. I believe we are in the end of this session now. I think it's time-wise we are 1 minute to go, but for whatever reason, either there were no cars anymore to come, or we're just waiting for another 10 minutes. I'm gonna check if I have any of the slush left. Yes, I have. Oh, we have one more car. What do I expect from the Ahvenista Finland competition? My expectation for Ahvenista is that it's gonna be epic. I mean, not taking any opinion on who's gonna be good there. We all know that Juha Rintanen has been there designing the track with the organizers, so that's something that we know. But it's gonna be epic. I think the track layout, you know, with the elevation changes and that long sweeper to the right, which starts uphill and then it ends downhill and comes down, kind of almost like descents to the more technical section of the track. I think it's awesome. It's something quite different than what we have at the moment in Drift Masters at this season. And I mean, elevation changes, those really usually, I think those work. I think it's also when you have, as the organizer himself told me that, or his opinion was that when you have a blind corner, it's always exciting. It's always, there's like some sort of a X factor into everything when it's a blind corner. It doesn't really matter if it's like whatever motorsport discipline it is, but the blind corner is a blind corner. So and what I've seen so far in the Finnish Championship in this track, it is really nice, and it's not easy. And that's how it should be. But it's also, it looks nice, and also the atmosphere there, because it's basically like a natural stadium. All of these hills hill slopes are surrounding the stadium area there. I think it's gonna be awesome. And can you imagine, there has been like 40,000 people watching a rallycross race in the 80s in that place. And well, hopefully there will be as many drift fans from around the Europe or the world what just can be there. I mean, it's gonna be amazing. So waiting for the last practice today. What's in the Rolling Rudy's pizza? Hey, by the way, I like these questions. It's much more fun for me to, you know, take, even though it's like a stupid question, to take that than, you know, just be quiet or when there's no driving going on. In my pizza, I would say the Quattro Formaggi, 4 cheeses pizza is probably the one that I usually take, or then it's Diavola. Hey, there was, sorry by the way, there was one new member joining. Actually, is it 2? Yes, sorry guys. We'll just add you in this second.
Here we go, here we go. And of course, welcome message. Will be posted. Here we go, here we go. Thanks for joining. And if you missed what that was all about, there is a support membership in YouTube on my channel, which you can join into only $2.99 a month or $3.99 if you're using iPhone. For whatever reason is that. That's not my decision. And yeah, click that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the these streams, sessions, videos, whatever I do here. And yeah, somebody spotted my logo. This is actually from the Finnish gas station, reused. It used to be Kesoil Motorest. So this is now being reused into my purposes. And yeah, what else? I try to get, by the way, when I go back to the paddock, I try to get an update on Lauri Heinonen's situation. I will most likely put that into my Instagram, and my Instagram is RollingRudy_media for this stuff what I do here. So you're also welcome to join there and follow me. I post stuff from these races quite frequently. Not probably that much from outside the races, but yeah. Done. I think this was an energy drink because probably had quite much of sugar in it. That's real energy by definition. Yes. Hey, there's a question for Drift Chat. That's good, because he's a good information source, or his channel, Instagram channel, and Discord is super useful source for all kind of information regarding drifting. Okay, Connor has a hole in the block. How much typical Driftmasters Grand Prix race weekend cost you? It really depends. If it's in Finland, it's cheap. Especially this year, I don't need even accommodation. It's only basically the electricity that goes into my new electric car that I will actually receive on Monday. The most expensive one probably is Germany, because the rental cars are expensive there, but I'm not sure. It might be that we have a shared ride this year. Still works in progress. I don't know, but let's say if it's probably 600-700 euros per race, just for the travel. And maybe if you count something to eat into that, I don't know. If it's 750 probably maximum. But that's, doesn't include any sort of luxurious accommodation or anything. It's just basically almost as cheap as you can get. Hey, I think we are ready to take the Group C. And this hopefully will not have interruptions because we want to see all these top guys to show us their best. Yeah, I've been trying to. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Having Kevin Pesur on the line, I think. We have Nick Nack. So I was checking that the technical break after this session will be only an hour, and I need to get all of my gear out of here. And already probably mentioned that it's not very straightforward in this track. Okay, now it's gonna be hopefully a tandem run, and that's gonna be James Dean and Piotr Wijańczak. All of those yellow headlights. Okay. No tandem from them. Now it looks like they have difficulty to keep it on the zone. They're in turn number 2. We have some debris on the track, and we have a cone missing, so also going to be fixed first. And that's something that we all wanted to see. Absolutely fantastic, Mr. Marko Zagoria. Let's see that in replay. I think there was a little bit of a sand action there with James Dean. moment it's quiet at the starting line. And this one will end in 20 minutes. Actually, the break will be from 3:30 to 4:30. This will end at 3:20, so there's 10 minutes of absolutely nothing in between. So that's interesting in this program. So before the break we have nothing. Benediktas Zirva. Okay, good to see Marko Zakaril drive it again and the car not protesting.
Nice that we don't have that much of breaks or interruptions during this last group. Hopefully that was not jinxing it. And we have Juha and Mika. And well-deserved applause. Niknak must have like a really good gear ratio, because it just sounds that he doesn't lift it. It's just screaming all the way and no corrective actions. Question that where is Lauri? Lauri Heinonen is having an issue with his engine, unfortunately. Piece is missing from piston or pistons, and I personally don't have any further updates right now. Need to go to the paddock and check, which I will do right away, right after this one, which is in 10 minutes, although it takes me some time to get all of this gear packed up. But yeah, most likely the update will be in my Instagram account, rollinrudy_media. Now it's first time today when it starts to feel a little bit warm. I think that's a good thing that it's warm, but it took so long. And for a Finn, I mean, we are in Spain, it should be, this is the warm place where we go. Quite frequent sending out cars again, but
But yeah, if I need to choose from either sending cars in too frequently or watching the sweeping of the track, I really like this one better. By the way, one thing, if you have never been watching drifting live, of course the sound is something that, you know, it cannot be described. You know, it's so you only need to, or only can experience it live. But it's also the smell. Like, there's quite many different smells. Like, you have E85 cars, you have E85 cars with nitros, you have race fuel car with nitros, like with James Dean, what he has. And of course the smell of a charcoal grill, if you happen to be in an event where there is black smoke racing. I don't know why, but those cars smells like a charcoal grill when you are igniting it. Qualification will be 4:30 local time, 5:30 Finnish time, or the Eastern European time, and you know, you do the maths from there for the other time zones. But yeah, technically it is in 1 hour and 10 minutes. I don't know if there's gonna be any more cars coming on this section and in this group. There's 2 minutes time left in the clock. I can see Juha Pöytälaakso's car being there on jack stands, as well as Marko Zakoril. So, well, Juha Pöytälaakso was actually in the previous group, so I don't need to worry about him. But Marko Zakoril not going. That tire squeal is from that Lotus 7 or Caterham 7 that is spinning the tires on that slalom track, or whatever track that is. I actually have what I'm talking about is this one here. It says drifting in that wall of that container, and they're drifting those. I don't know if those are even Caterham 7s, but some sort of cars altogether. It seems that there is a movement like it will end here. So, yes, it means that I am giving my thank you to everybody who has watched today. Basically, my streaming is over from today, and tomorrow we will still have the one practice session, the top 32 session, which I will obviously live stream. I also try to live stream the driver's presentation and also stuff from the paddock that happens between the top 32 and top 16. So that's something what I'm planning to do. I was really happy that I had a mobile phone holder, like on a selfie stick, that I could use on that one, but I managed to break it today, so then it's probably handheld phone thing, how that's gonna be then streamed. But anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. It's been an amazing day. First of all, for me, this has been a proof of concept with all the battery life stuff and whatnot, so thanks for watching once again. We'll see you tomorrow, and in an hour and 10 minutes it's gonna be the quali that we have been all waiting for today. But hey, time to thank you all. Let's go to the quali.